Hello everybody and welcome to Lauren Loves Color. This is Lauren. I am here today with a little bit of a different video. I am here to talk about my monthly faves and fails. I want to share with you from this past month. I thought it would be good to let you guys know what's worked well, what hasn't worked well, and kind of what I would recommend and what I wouldn't. I am going to be doing this in a style where I'm going to be talking about my top 10 faves and fails. It can be a combination of favorites and fails. I don't necessarily always have 5 favorites and 5 fails. I may have more fails one month, less fails another month, or same thing with my favorites. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to be starting with a favorite. We'll start with this big bad boy, this case. And really one of my favorites, what I have in here are my Stabilo pens. These are, I have the 88s, which are the fine liner and the super kind of small fine tip. And then I also have these 68s, which are a larger bullet size felt tip pen. But these are really great. They are all water-based. They come in a beautiful array of colors. I have the 50 set and I have really enjoyed them. I've used them in quite a few different coloring books now. They've worked really well. The colors are really bright, kind of bright and vivid. And I just absolutely love them. They do come with not a color name, but a color number on the barrel. And I don't know, they've just kind of been my go-to. And so these have been a really nice supply that I have really enjoyed working with and really happy that I've had an opportunity to get to play around with. Next is going to be a favorite and a fail. Let's find it here. So inside of this Mosaic Art Patterns book, I tried 3 different styles of doing these kind of mosaic art patterns. And the first thing I'm going to show you, to me, was a fail. I have been doing the cross stitch method on all of my mosaic pattern books like this, like a lot of the Belva family books. And I used to always think that it was faster to do the cross stitch method, that it was faster than actually coloring in each of the individual squares. So I really paid attention to my timing and how long it took me to do this page. And in my personal opinion, it did not take any less time for me to do this versus a different page where I colored in each of the squares. So to me, this was a fail for saving time. I like the effect of it, like I like the way that it looks, but if it's gonna take just the same amount of time for me to color in the square, to me, coloring in the square still gives kind of like the best pop of color. But the favorite that I found was this, which was doing the dot method, filling in each area with a small little circle. It didn't require multiple strokes of the same pen. And I felt like it still gave a really good effect without having to pay so much attention to coloring in all of the squares each way. So this to me was a favorite, and this will be my method for Pixel style books moving forward. So I was really glad that I tried this and discovered it, because it really is kind of my saving grace, because these large Pixel 3x3mm Pixel books sometimes get really intimidating to me, but this method makes it a lot more approachable and I feel like easy. The next thing that I have is, let's keep on the Pixel method. This is another fail. In this Pixel book, especially in these French Amazon France Pixel books, I attempted to use the Tombow markers inside of this book. Not these 2 colors in particular, but I just brought 2 of my Tombows out. These are really expensive water-based markers. They are a brush tip on one side, and then they have this bullet style, kind of nice bullet style nib on the other side. And I got these, you guys probably know the long story. I got these for a really great bargain. I was really excited to use them. I had used them in some of the other like just traditional large French Disney style books, and they worked really well. So I thought I would pick up the set. I have the whole set of them now. I tried them in here, and this was a massive fail. I used the Tombows on this lighter kind of this lighter fur area. I'm going to try and zoom in and see if you guys can even see this. I don't know if you can see how uneven the pigment looks through here and how it almost looks like there's some white spots or some pigment missing. It's like the pigment didn't want from the pen, didn't want to stay on the paper very well. And so it just looked really, really splotchy, really, really uneven. And I know it's water markers. I know they're going to be a little streakier, but I felt that these super tips actually outperformed on this particular paper. So I ended up using the super tips on this book. So if you have any of these Pixel style books, I would not suggest using the Tombows. These are good for other traditional Amazon paper. They're good in the other kind of French Disney books, but they are not for these Pixel books, unfortunately. Try to set stuff off to the side. Next is going to be, let's talk about Amazon. Amazon lightning deals. If you have been looking for the Taotree markers, make sure you pay attention to the Amazon lightning deals. And the reason that I say that is because these seem to go on sale about every 2 weeks. I've had a lot of people asking me about these markers, and I heard somebody else mention it as well, and it seems to be true. About every 2 weeks, these go on lightning deal. And when they go on lightning deal, they seem to drop to around $20, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little bit more. But keep an eye out, especially alcohol marker sets. I also got another set of my 100 Cali Arts for like 42% off. Lightning deals seem to happen pretty often. Some people have asked me, how do you know about lightning deals? The only way that I can tell you I really know about them is that I follow social media. I follow a lot of colorists on Instagram, YouTube, and on the Facebook groups, and it always seems like somebody at some point posts it as soon as they see it. I've also heard that if you add them to your cart, you'll get an alert on your cell phone if you get notifications from Amazon that something either goes on lightning deal or it goes down in price. So that might be another way to find out about them. But these Amazon lightning deals seem to continue to be going. So every 2 weeks, pay attention. It is February, what is today? February 3rd, February 4th, something like that. And they went on lightning deal, I think, at the end of last week. So the following week from now, I would keep a lookout to see if the Taotree markers go on lightning deal again, because they are a fantastic marker, and the lightning deals on these are really, really good. Next, let's talk about my next thing. Let's talk about premium paper. So one big thing from a couple of different publishers that I've noticed recently is that a lot of coloring books are now being published on this kind of premium, glossy, smooth paper. And I am living for it. This was a favorite for me to color out of these books. These Circulism art books are also the same, where they have this just extremely smooth and glossy paper. If you are a alcohol marker fan, and if you enjoy working with your alcohol markers, you will absolutely love these books. So I feel like almost some of these books are a must-have just to know how to experience this paper. And I'll tell you, like, when I saw people film videos of these books, the lighting always looked kind of off. The pictures, it was kind of hard to see, like even in this Kira book, like it was hard to kind of see some of the colors and stuff in it, I think because of some of the reflection from the light. Excuse me, guys. But in person, it's so much better than what you can even see on the camera. So I just want to encourage you to maybe pick up one of these books to try and see if you like it, because I really feel like these are, this is kind of setting the tone for what colorists are really wanting and craving, which is better paper than the standard Amazon paper that we see in most books. Then I'm going to talk about my probably favorite supply find that I have had thus far in a long time. These are the Prismacolor Premier alcohol markers. Now, I will tell you that I don't see very many people color with these. I don't really know why. I don't know why that is. But I have been on the search for a really good, like kind of more artist grade marker. And the reason being is because I have found, from a brush tip marker perspective, I love my Cali Art brush markers, but the brushes kind of wear out I would say somewhat quickly. It probably took a good 3 or 4 weeks of consistently coloring with them, and I've worn out one part of the brush and have had to turn the brush around on quite a few of them. So it just seems like the brushes start to deteriorate a little bit and kind of break down, which is kind of okay. They're a disposable marker. They're not meant to last forever. But I've also just been curious and on the hunt to see, you know, are there better brush markers out there that exist? This is kind of a midline marker set. They're definitely a bit more expensive than Cali Arts and things like that, but they aren't as expensive as Copics. I had a seller on Facebook Marketplace, which is also, I would say, like a huge favorite for me for the month is finding things on Facebook Marketplace. I found a seller who was selling these brand new for a really, really great deal. And what appealed to me about these markers, this is the 24 set, they came in this nice case, is that they have two really unique sides to them. So these are the brush tip side, and Prismacolor Premier does sell some that kind of are the traditional nib and chisel. But this one is a brush and then a fine nib on the other side, which I thought was really great because if I had to have a marker, that would be the two styles that I would want on it, is a brush on one side and a small nib on the other side. And what's also unique about these markers is that the brush nib is actually rubber. So it's not kind of the traditional fibers. And so I don't think these are going to break down as quickly as like the Cali Art brush markers and things like that. And I've also mentioned before that actually when you color with these kind of over some black line art, it kind of makes like a squeak, squeak, squeak kind of noise. So maybe that would bother some people. It doesn't really bother me. But this standard 24 set comes with a ton of great colors. I think I've used every single color that is in here. They're actually quite a, there's kind of a, there's like a, you know, there's a couple different colors of red. There's actually about 3 different colors of red, 3 different types of kind of pinks and purples. There's a orange, there's a peach, there's a tan, there's kind of a medium and a dark brown, there's a yellow and a yellow gold, there's this kind of goldenrod unique color, and I think these match the Prismacolor pencil colors too. Kind of a lighter purple, 3 blues. There are, or no, there's 4 blues, there's 4 greens and a black. And so the only thing that's really missing from this set are grays, which I don't mind because I have in all of my other marker sets, I have a ton of grays. And I will tell you, I've used these a ton in my Color Questopia books because actually from what I found is at least the Color Questopia books I've been coloring in lately don't use gray at all. So this set actually works out really well. This has kind of been my go-to set of markers recently, and I have really enjoyed coloring with them. The other thing I like about this marker set too is that you can find these open stock on DicBlick. So if I run out of just one marker, so let's say I run through one of my reds really quickly or something, I can go onto DicBlick. I can buy another marker, which it seems I did look online. They're about $4 a marker. So they're expensive, but they're not exorbitantly expensive. But they're about $4 a marker, and you can get them replaced individually. Or let's say you start with this 24 set, and let's say I want to add a couple of grays, or I want to add a couple more colors to this that are just outside of this. You don't have to buy the like 72 set of them or the next setup. Excuse me, guys. I'm still getting over being sick. You can add to this set without having to buy, you know, a really, really big, larger set. So I would highly recommend this 24 set if you're interested. I would highly recommend going onto Facebook Marketplace because I actually found quite a few people who were selling this set brand new. And for a good price, because I think these markers, if you were to buy this set by itself, are rather expensive. I can't remember exactly the price, but I want to say they're around $80 for a 24 set. Don't quote me on that. It's somewhere around there between the $60 to $80 range. But I like that it comes with this nice little case. And I can't say enough good things about it. Like, these markers are just, they perform really, really well. It is a different experience coloring with them with the, kind of with that rubber nib. But I just find that they work great. They were great. So, and I don't do a lot of blending or anything like that. So I pretty much kind of straight color with these. So I don't know how they work, you know, if you're a true like artist, but, if you're kind of just doing color by number and stuff like that, these are really, really good marker. Okay, next is going to be this book. This is the one book that I'm going to bring out that I'm going to say is an absolute favorite of mine. I am over halfway done with this book. I'm pretty sure I'm going to complete this book this month. I think I have like 8 images left. I've actually already done a couple this month in February. And I just absolutely love this book. It is just so perfect. The images are simple but different at every page turn. There's a variety of different things to look at and different images in here. And I just really, really enjoy it. The colors and the pictures turn out really nice. Here's a sneak peek at one that I just did. And this I did with the Prismacolor Premier marker, so you can kind of see how they look. I just really, really like the way that these images have turned out and how this book is laid out. It truly, truly has just been a lifesaver in a time when I've been sick and busy with work. This has been really my go-to book that's just kind of quick and mindless and easy, but turns out a beautiful picture. So I really, really like this. The fail for me with that is going to be a traditional white background. So like I have this Unicorn Color Questopia book, and I got this in the white background, I think when they had the black background available, and I'm just not finding myself drawn to these books as much anymore. Just because especially I'm not wanting to fill out all of the line art detail behind these books. So even like this book and any subsequent books that come out with a black background, if I haven't done very many pages out of it, like this one, I think I've only done 1 page here. If I haven't done very many pages, I may go back and just get the black background version, because I just find it so relaxing and so easy to just come and get the black background and not have to worry about doing any kind of line art or anything, just getting straight into what I actually want to do, which is really coloring the image. Last but not least is one last fail, and this is going to be my Posca pen. I got a set of white gel pens and Posca pens that kind of came together. And it was like, I think the Signo, it's this one. Yeah, the Uniball Signo white gel pens and the Posca pens. And I've heard people say really significantly great things about both of these. This is a fantastic white gel pen. It works really, really well. This was just a fail for me. I used this in a Chibi Girl grayscale image that I was coloring, and I just couldn't get this to lay down evenly. Now, I was also trying to lay this down over some of the black line art, and I thought that it would be opaque enough to cover the black line art and that I wouldn't have to worry too much about it. And I just found it didn't work very well. It at least didn't work to go over the black line art. I don't know if I wasn't pressing hard enough, or I maybe just a learning curve with the Posca pen. But I just wasn't quite impressed with this yet. So this is still going to be a little bit out for the jury to decide. And if you have tips and tricks on how to use the Posca pen to make this work for you, if this is kind of your go-to, let me know, because I would definitely be interested. So with that being said, those are my faves and fails for the month. And so I want to thank you for joining me, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Bye.